Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a focused learner who's tired of just kind of playing around with AI and you actually want to start extracting real, tangible value from it, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to master the RICO prompting framework. We'll learn how to build prompts that absolutely work, turning those frustrating, endless back and forths into precise, targeted conversations. Okay, let's dive into this blueprint. Here is our agenda for today. 1. The AI prompting divide. 2. Meet the RICOI framework. 3. Roles and core instructions. 4. Adding context for precision. 5. Output preferences and input. And finally, 6. Rules for prompting excellence. All right, Section 1, the AI prompting divide, from mediocrity to excellence. I want to kick things out by directly challenging you with this provocative question right from our source material. Are you still prompting for mediocrity or for excellence? It's a tough question, right? But it really gets to the core of why we're here. When you sit down at your keyboard, are you just accepting whatever generic, vanilla answer the AI throws at you, or are you commanding it to give you exactly what you need? You see, since ChatGPT launched back in 2022, users have basically split into two totally distinct groups. On the left side, you've got those who just use AI. They type in a few words, cross their fingers, and hope for the best. But on the right, you have those who get actual, measurable value from it. Our entire mission today is to get you firmly planted into that right-hand category. So to cross over into that power user group, you really need to understand prompt engineering. It's defined as a fundamental skill required to extract the best possible results from any large language model, or LLM, avoiding generic answers. And hey, if you're a complete beginner, do not let the word engineering scare you off. Seriously, this isn't about complex coding or math. It's simply about clear, structured communication. It's honestly just like giving really great directions to a driver. Moving on to Section 2. Meet the RICO framework, your blueprint for better prompts. So what is RICOI? It is a simple, structured way to write better prompts. I love this because it provides a literal scaffolding for communicating with AI. With this framework, you're not just guessing what to type anymore. You just follow the structure, block by block, like you're putting together a really simple recipe. Let's break those blocks down. Section 3, Roles and Core Instructions, the R and I of RICOI. The R in RICOI stands for role. Assigning a role helps the model understand the exact domain it should operate in. Think of it like this. You're hiring a temporary employee. If you ask a random person on the street how to fix your car, you're going to get a total guess. But if you assign them the role of expert mechanic, well, now they approach your problem with a specialized lens. It completely changes the quality and depth of the answer you get. Look at how brilliantly these real-life examples illustrate the concept in action. Instead of just asking for a plain summary, you say something like, think like a business analyst, or act as a technical writer explaining this simply, or even as a financial analysis specialist. Giving the AI a job title like this constrains its focus, pulling it away from the entire internet of noise and focusing it strictly on the exact domain you actually care about. Next up is the first I, which stands for instruction. These are the core commands that define exactly what the model should do and how it should do it. The absolute most crucial point here, always start with an action verb. You are the director in this scenario, and the AI needs distinct, actionable instructions to follow your script. Let's walk through these instructions together. Notice the starting verbs here. Summarize this article. Translate this text. Use a clear tone. Keep the tone factual, or list pros and cons. By commanding the AI with really strong verbs, you leave absolutely no room for confusion. And that applies whether you're drafting a complex corporate memo or just asking it to list the pros and cons for a new vacuum cleaner you want to buy. All right, Section 4, Adding Context for Precision, the C of RICOI. C stands for context, and guys, this is highly recommended. You really need to give the AI the background details it needs to succeed. Honestly, context is the secret sauce that separates a prompt that's just okay from a highly personalized, excellent prompt. Without context, the AI is just working in a vacuum, but with it, it becomes your truly knowledgeable partner. This slide right here brilliantly illustrates what proper context looks like for a project brief. Notice how you don't just say, write a brief. You actually feed the AI your company details, the specific objectives, your constraints, and available resources. And this works for everyday tasks, too, like planning a family trip. Giving the AI context, like your budget, the ages of your kids, any dietary restrictions, that turns a generic list into something you can actually use immediately. Section 5, Output Preferences and Input, the O and I of RICOI. The O stands for Output Preferences. Now, while our source notes this is technically optional, specifying the exact format you need your answer in is a total power user move. It is going to save you so much time because you won't have to copy, paste, and reformat all that text yourself. Just look at some of these formatting options. You can ask for Markdown, which is fantastic for web content, or JSON and CSV if you're dealing with spreadsheets or databases. But hey, even if you aren't a techie at all, you can simply ask the AI to organize its thoughts into clear, readable tables. The AI can do so much more than just write blocky paragraphs of text, right? But it's only going to format it beautifully if you specifically ask it to. Finally, we reach the last I, which stands for input data. This means providing samples, things like pages, sheets, slides, or even tool access, so the model can replicate your ideal structure, tone, and logic. Giving it a sample of an ideal response is incredibly effective. It helps the AI with classification, pattern matching, and accurately imitating a specific writing style. So instead of trying to intricately explain the tone you want, you just give the AI an example and basically say, hey, match this. That brings us to Section 6, Rules for Prompting Excellence, Best Practices for the Road. Okay, so here are your golden rules. Step 1, keep your prompts clear and unambiguous. Make sure you use consistent terminology and always try to use positive framing, meaning tell the AI what it should do rather than what it shouldn't do. Step 2, be concise but thorough. If you have longer prompts, make sure you structure them clearly so the model can easily follow along. If you combine these basic rules with the RICOI framework we just learned, I guarantee you are going to see massive improvements. So I want to leave you with this final empowering question. How will you apply the RICOI framework to your very next AI prompt to nail it? You now have the exact blueprint for assigning roles, giving verb-driven instructions, adding context, setting outputs, and providing input data. The gap between mediocrity and excellence, it's bridged by structure. Take this framework, test your new skills out immediately, and start extracting incredible value today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy prompting.